It is a beautiful sunny day in Cape Town, and it is a good day because Mr. Lamond and I have a lekker ride around the mountain planned. From here in Takai, we're going to cruise up the Greenbelt, over Constantia Neck, take in the lovely views on Chapman's Peak Drive, definitely stop off for a coffee in Noordhoek. From there, we're going to grind our way up Ovalpad and enjoy a good trail ride down through the Takai Mountain Bike Park. To top it off, we've got ourselves a couple of Habit Neos. This is Cannondale's shorter travel e-bike, aimed at the more marathon inclined riders. Also said to be good if you've been off the bike for a while or if you're new to the sport. I always enjoy a good time out on the e-bike, so I'm keen to see what they're all about. Nick, what do you reckon?
Well, this is my first time on an e-bike, so I've got a lot to learn. Jason's going to take me through that as we go along. I've got a 140mm travel fork up front and a 130mm travel frame. But the most interesting thing is the new Bosch CX powered unit, which is a 500 watt-hour battery attached to it and a 250 watt motor. So Cannondale's tricked it out with a couple of nice sort of more trail inclined features like 780mm wide bars and a dropper post. But yeah, let's go have a look. We've got some great trails ahead of us, and we'll keep you posted as we ride along.
Awesome. Good times ahead. We've begun our ride, cruising along the Greenbelt. Nick's trying to learn how to wheelie an e-bike. I'm sure it'll be dialed by the end of the day. We're fiddling around with the modes a bit to try to work out what are you enjoying, Nick?
Well, so there's, from what I can gather, 4 modes. There's turbo at the top. You've got something called EMTB, which sort of does some of the thinking for you and turns it on as it thinks you need it, which is sometimes a little surprising. And then there's a tour mode and an eco mode right at the bottom. And the eco mode is really cruising, I would say. Sort of pretty low speed and cruisy trails like we're on right now.
Yeah. Oh, he's dropping me. So we're making our way up to Constantia Neck now. Quite enjoying the ride. I don't spend a lot of time on the Greenbelt, but it's been good fun thus far.
Yeah, a lot of traffic, which is great to see. Cape Townians taking advantage.
Now everyone's out. Nick's taking me on a nice tour. There's roads here I didn't know existed. I think we got a nice descent into out there.
Yeah, this actually gradually drops off down.
Good for manuals.
But it's a big open gravel road, and it's actually quite a lot of fun on the gravel bike too.
Woo! What a beauty! Stopping take in the view of it here. Yep. I don't get up chappies enough. Nick lives here though. So.
Yeah, this is my regular daily grind. But on a day like this, you can come up here a couple of times if you don't have anything to do.
These Cape Town winters really are tough. The weather is just terrible every day. Every day. What a stunning cruise down Chappies. We can smell the coffee. It's time. It's time.
It's all that. It's got to be one of the most iconic road cycles in the world.
Oh, it's there. It's right up there. We've just enjoyed our lekker coffee stop at the Village Roast.
Village Roast in Noordhoek.
Nick's local.
Yeah. Losing money faster.
Tucked into the crunchies, and now we're gonna go and grind our way up Ovalpad.
Yep. What? It's very loose, and there's been a lot of water coming down the Varplat in the last little while, so I think it'll be quite exciting and a good test for these bikes up some very loose and rocky terrain. Yeah.
Suitably interesting. Let's go. I've quit playing games and I'm just embracing the e-mountain bike mode now. This looks quite rocky, but I'm riding it.
Good line shot.
And the bike just,
Excellent.
as long as you can stay upright, it'll ride through anything.
Yeah, I'm feeling the battery's depleted, but I think so are our batteries. It's reading sort of 10-15 k's. We reckon we've got about 8 k's of trail left, so we should be sweet.
Trails. I'm keen for trails. I think needless to say, Nick and I are having a pretty awesome day out on the bikes, just taking in the views here above Takai. Nick, what is the first standout feature that you noticed getting on the bike today?
I think the thing that you've got to get used to is the different modes and kind of toggling between the various modes and understanding the sort of gaps between them, and then adjusting it to your riding style and obviously the terrain. I think that the transition between them, although the gaps are quite big, particularly between eco and tour mode, they're actually really smooth. And then you can actually toggle up on the fly as you're riding. You suddenly feel like you need a little bit more power to get over something, or you're feeling fatigued as we are right now with quite a long ride behind us already. You can get into the EMTB or even into the turbo mode.
Yeah, no, that EMTB and the tour on the climb coming up over Alpat was fantastic. And the motor, it's got quite a natural feel, do you reckon?
Yeah, it engages really smoothly. I think that they've done, well, I've read up that they've done quite a lot of work on making that power transition as smooth as possible. I think previous motors, Bosch and other production houses were struggling with when it engages, and it was a little bit grabby or a little bit bitey or sort of threw you a little bit onto the bike. That's much more seamless. It's a bit smoother.
And there's that new update coming to get the low-end torque even more fine-tuned.
Yeah, I believe so. It's a 250 watt motor, but there's a software update that brings the low torque on a little bit more at the low end.
All right, fantastic. And as a bike for someone who hasn't been riding for a while or is new to the sport, how do you think the Habit Neo goes there?
I think it's a fantastic bike for somebody who's coming back into mountain biking or who's getting into mountain biking through an e-bike for the first time. It's incredibly stable. It's very sure-footed. I mean, the weight of the bike is one thing, obviously, that adds to that stability. But then they've added some trail features like a dropper post and the extra wide bars. And those features, for me, just bring so much confidence for somebody who's maybe a little bit concerned about whether or not they can handle some of the stuff this bike's capable of.
I think that's spot on. I reckon we should go make use of those trail features in the Takai Mountain Bike Park. We'll get on with that and nearly home free. Sweet.
Cool. Looking forward to the last run home, for sure.
Definitely enjoying the bikes out on the trail here in Takai. It's actually good flow, good stability of the weight, and they get around.
Yeah, I've been quite surprised by how well they corner actually. Throwing the bike through boulders has been actually very easy and a bit surprising, really.
Right, dropping in. Concludes our ride. There's definitely some awesome spots Nick showed me today. A route I wasn't too familiar with, but always beautiful to get out on Chapman's Peak side. We had stunning weather, and these bikes have been pretty phenomenal. I've really enjoyed the climbing. Probably too much. It's going to be hard to get back on a non-motorized bike. How did you find the climbing performance, Nick?
Yeah, I've plenty of power on tap, 250 watt motor, there's really nothing to say other than, you can climb really evenly in eco and in tour.
Yes, yeah.
And if you're really feeling flat like we were towards the end there, you can boost it all the way up to turbo, and there's loads of power to get you over anything.
That was a good move.
Yeah.
And performance on the trail coming down through Takai?
Yeah, I was quite surprised with the handling. There's some nice techie trails through here, some tight stuff, and there's some whippy stuff where you've got to make sure that your front end is evenly planted and the bike's moving quickly, and it was very capable through that.
Yeah.
I'd be more interested to hear what somebody with your skills thought.
No, I was pretty impressed. Really good stability at high speed, I found, and the cornering, it was good. The bike performs well. It feels like they really have designed it to perform well on the trail. They haven't cut shortcuts there. I was very impressed. Any wise component choices that stood out for you?
Well, I think with the weight of the bike, the stopping power, so they've got really big front and back rotors. That's very helpful and quite thoughtful. And yeah, other than that, I think some of the trail features again, which bring stability to a big bike, they're nice touches.
Fantastic. Now, we've had a great day out on the bikes. I hope you've enjoyed coming along for the tour. We're going to use our last bit of range to get home for some dinner. As always, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, get the notification bell on, and we'll see you next time on All Ride. Cheers.
Cheers.